Hi, and welcome back to the Real McCoy's Keto channel. If we haven't met you yet, my name is Maddie McCoy.
I'm Brendan.
And we have been with Prove It's Pure Therapeutic Ketones for a little over 3 years. And we have no background in this industry model or doing anything like this before. And one of our missions, I guess, with the Real McCoys is just to share our real and authentic experience with others so that if it appeals to them or if they have questions, you know that we're approachable and people that you can reach out to learn more. So the topic that we're going to talk about today has actually been on our hearts for a while, and it's something that we're really passionate about, and I think is probably one of the greatest perks of getting involved with us and what we're doing, or just this industry in general.
Mm-hmm. I think one of the things that doesn't necessarily get talked about enough with this industry is it really is a team approach, and that's the way that we really try to strive for the way we do it. I think a lot of times people think they sign up for something like this and they have to go out and make a bunch of sales and host a bunch of parties where people come over and they try to sell them stuff, and they're kind of just out on their own with no really directive. But that's really not the case. We work with a lot of people really closely, and in a lot of ways you get free consulting from people who have done this at a really high level.
Yeah, I mean, the way that it's set up, right? You can start your own business for, at the most $1,000 if you want to go that high, for as low as $49. That's unheard of in any other industry to get started with your own business that way. That'll be another topic. But that alone is huge. But what you get with that I feel like just is not talked about enough, is if it's done well, yes, you can call it MLM, you can call it social selling, you can call it network marketing, but really we prefer, and Prove It prefers, to call it community-based marketing because of the team-supported team approach that not only all customers have when they join this company in this community, but all promoters or business owners have as well. And so that's very much been our experience, where we got started, we had no experience in it, but there were people who were part of our leadership, our coaches, our mentors, who have been doing this for years that we had full access to for free. Like, they were willing to help us learn, help us do it, and literally roll up their sleeves with us and support us and walk with us every step of the way. And that's something that I just don't think is available in other businesses, and you can talk a little bit more about that. And not as genuine either.
I think a lot of other industries, if you wanted to have that level of like support or consulting or kind of hands-on approach, you'd have to spend thousands of dollars on a consultant or different trainings or professional development or whatever, whereas this really has a lot of that already built in, and you get to learn from people who have had massive success, and kind of give you the plays that have worked really well for them
and work closely with them. That's what's so cool about it, is like, people will match your energy here. So if you're really going for it, if you're really excited, if you want to work closely with like the group of people who have had major success, like, it's an open door policy and you have that available to you if you want it. One of the analogies that we were thinking about when we were getting ready to share this conversation with you was, this just isn't available in the same way in other, industries. For example, if you, and this is just, us sharing rhetorically and like from a story perspective, but let's say we wanted to open a pizza franchise, like toss one out there. Domino's. Let's say we were going to open our own Domino's location here in our community. I just don't think that you would get to bounce ideas off of Pizza Hut, off of Papa John's, off of a local pizza joint, off of even other like convenience food things with the same level of like raw, authentic like advice.
Mm-hmm.
It just isn't that mentorship, and that relationship isn't the same as it is here, where it's truly like we're all sole proprietors, we're all, freelancers doing our own thing, so to speak, but we all work very closely together to support one another, share ideas, have each other's backs, and not just in our own team dynamic, but across the entire company, which I think is something that we're really, really proud of too. We've personally worked with other leaders who have nothing to do with our organization to plan events, to plan trainings. It's just very, very team spirited. And that's something we're really proud of.
And I think, when someone first gets started and they're brand new, because we were brand new at one point too, and the biggest thing that we want to make sure that they get from us is like that feeling of support and feeling like they can come to us. And really our goal is to help them succeed, whatever that means to them. For some people that's, one level, and some people it's a completely different level, but we want to help them achieve their goals, whatever they are.
So yeah, that's really, I think, hopefully this conversation made sense. I feel like sometimes in our heads we have this idea, but really, like, what the point that we want to get across is, I don't think that most people, we certainly didn't, understand that you really have a whole team of consultants with experience, with years of experience, with success to back up what they're saying. They've learned through their experiences on what not to do, what to do to coach you. And it's just really down to earth people that you're doing it with, who we all started from the same place. So the free consulting piece of it, I just think is widely underappreciated, underrated, and just not really understood that much. So if that kind of lights you up a little bit, or makes you think, I hadn't thought of it that way, or I didn't realize that. If you want to talk more about that concept with us, feel free to reach out to us directly, or comment below, and we'd be happy to chat more with you one-on-one, just because it's something that we are so proud of with what we're doing here, and we want to kind of debunk that concept, or bring awareness, I guess is a better way to say it, to the industry, and one of the biggest perks about it.
Yeah. Last thing, you may have heard the phrase success leaves clues, but we heard at one of our trainings one time that actually success leaves footprints. So like, we live here in Wisconsin. In a couple months, we're going to have a couple feet of snow on the ground. When you're trying to walk through dark or deep snow, it's much easier to walk in the footsteps that someone has gone ahead of you. So it's the same way with this type of business, or really any type of business. Walking in the same footsteps that people who have done it before just make it so much easier. So with that,
That's really good.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks so much for tuning in. We hope to hear from you soon. Hopefully this was able to answer some of your questions, or at least get you thinking a little bit about ketones and improve it in the industry. But until next time, keep it real.
See you later.